Shields. Go to Shields, get your stuff. You'll get the live bait. And then I would go up to a prairie pothole, like a North Dakota prairie pothole, talking like the Audubon chain of lakes. What's it called? What's the Robin Hood's friend?
Little John?
New John's Lake. That's how I have to get there. New John's Lake. New John's. Yeah, go to New John's. So another day, another adventure. You could say we've been doing this a while. I started a coffee roasting company called Mighty Missouri Coffee. We talked about that at length. If you're interested, you can look at that. And in it, we stamped on every bag, another day, another adventure. And there were two streams here, two streams of thought. One is we want to make really incredible coffee in the Northern Plains, born of the spirit of the adventure to be had here on the Northern Plains. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of incredible people doing incredible things. And the other side is another day, another adventure. Like, what a cool mantra. Mantra?
I go either.
What a cool thing
to say.
And but also it's like there's a lot of great people doing really great things around here, and I love North Dakota. I just do. I love a lot of places, but I really love North Dakota because I think there's a lot of things to do, which is
contrary to what most would say.
I would say so, but it does take a little creativity, which I think most of the best things do. I love being outside because I think you see unique things outside. You know, it's a unique experience. You can have unique experiences. So there's two streams, and I was thinking on the one side, I like you went and got a degree in communications. I was very interested in video. I, unlike you, was unable to make a go of it. Maybe unwilling to make a go of it because I'm not that person. I'm a generalist on the video stuff, you know.
Sure.
And an idea guy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so we'd been talking. How long ago was that?
It's got to be 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more.
Well, because when you were at UMary, you were a year ahead of me, and you were like the video guy.
I hope so.
I knew you because you were the video guy.
I think we can thank our professor out there, Associate Professor Mike Shosey, for that. He's the one who put us in touch.
Yeah, but I was intimidated by you because you were a year older than me, and you were the video guy.
And I was intimidated by you because Mike told me, hey, we have another Nolan. His name's Brian. And I went, nah.
Another Nolan.
Sure.
And people have called me that since. And but anyway, the idea was there's like you have to be creative, but you also have to like know that it's accessible. Like you can do that. And there's other people that are doing like really cool things. And so this idea was like, man, it's really a part of me. I want to do this thing. But also I'm needing to make a go of like the coffee. And so it's like if I say there's two streams, another day, another adventure being like a potential thing to do. Well, we need to work on making really great coffee. Then we need to work on distribution. We need to do all of these things. But it's been going for a while. And so this is like something that we've been doing, where we're going out and having an adventure. We looked for an eagle one time. Like there's a news story. There's a lot of bald eagles around. Well, then let's find one, prove it, and we did.
We did. Yeah,
there are.
Yeah, we were 1 for 1 on bald eagles.
Check.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that we're doing with adventures, and so we've been going out magnet fishing, and learning what that's about and different things, and then finding those people who are doing cool stuff,
right,
and talking to them. So
it's outdoors or it's business or it's anything.
Yeah, and adventure is a probably purposefully broad term in this case because it could be jumping off a cliff. Less interested. Could be bird watching, also less interested. But I mean, it could be a big span of things. But the point is like it's available. Go out and do something. And it doesn't have to be in North Dakota either. Might be better somewhere else too.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go do it. So we've gone spearfishing, which is my favorite thing to do in the world. Underwater spearfishing,
not above water with a trident. Right.
I'm sure that's what they call it.
I would.
Yeah. If you're gonna use a spear, it should be. But underwater spearfishing, like diving down and finding walleye, and that's my favorite thing.
Sight fishing.
Sight fishing.
We went sight fishing, cut a coffin-sized hole in the ice, and went out with your dog and got skunked.
And we also went regular fishing
on Audubon.
On Audubon, which is you would think this would be the big opportunity. Well, we planned everything. It was a beautiful day. We went with a professional fisherman. He's got his own sponsored boat. People will just give him lures, give him reels, and he wears a jersey, a fishing jersey. You wore a Scottie Pippen jersey. I am a fisherman. I enjoy fishing a lot.
I, on the other hand, have caught 2 fish in my entire life.
In your entire life?
In my entire life.
Going into that day?
Going into that day. I caught a fish when I was really little with my dad and my uncle, and it was a trout, and we were up somewhere around Stanley. And that was that. I wouldn't even touch the fish, which that part really hasn't changed. I'm afraid of there's sharp parts of a fish and of different fish, and I don't know the different fish, and I don't know which ones are gonna cut me up. Yeah. I've seen enough people bleed on a boat where I was just afraid of fish. And then I caught a catfish when I was maybe mid-20s, 27, 28, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Again, my brother-in-law pulled the catfish out of the river for me, and I was like,
thank you.
Thanks, throw it back. And, yeah.
Fishing's great. I do love fishing. I love catch and release fishing. I love eating walleyes in one specific way. I love giving walleye to other people.
I love receiving walleye and smoking it.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, this day we planned out with a guide, and he had won a tournament recently, I don't know, earlier that year, and the fishery was good, but we had heard reports that it was slowing down, but we're going to continue to, of course, we're bringing videos, we're going to get a beautiful drone shot, we're going to go out there and we're going to have an adventure on a boat, like proper fishing, because we're doing the sight fishing through the ice, we're doing the underwater spear fishing. Well, everyone knows there's great fishing around here too, so let's set it up, let's do it really, really nice. And
we both grew up going to the lake. It's something, anytime you say, hey, let's go fishing on the lake. Yeah, absolutely. Skakawea, Audubon, I don't care. I'm going to go.
So we were with Peter Olson, is his name. Great guy. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got all these things. And I think, really healthy respect of the way that he was fishing, because the way that I fish is run and gun. I get bored easy. I will cast 3 casts, and I'm like, had it. Go somewhere else. And in a day, I like to go travel around, whatever. And the real good ones, the real great fishermen are patient. And they'll just sit there and they'll do this. And that's not, let me be clear, that's not how I enjoy fishing. I'd rather go explore. I think that's what I like about fishing.
Sure.
But that's okay. So that maybe would lend to the reason that this whole day that we'd planned for, et cetera, had on the calendar, went up and spent 8 hours under the hot sun, a lot of sunscreen, a beautiful day, with a professional fisherman at no small expense to our team. And we didn't catch anything.
There wasn't a didn't catch anything is a stretch.
Okay, well, I did catch a fish, And funny enough, you bought your license on
Yeah, I knew when we were about 3 hours in that we were gonna need some beginner's luck. So I just got on my phone. I bought a fishing license, which is actually really convenient and a sweet little PSA for just the fishing community and anybody who wants to do that. I got on my phone in the middle of Audubon, camera in hand. We were filming with you and Peter, and I just, for $17 or whatever it was, bought a year of fishing.
Game and Fish has an app for that.
There you go. And so I grabbed a rod and started casting legally, and we just kind of passed the camera around, and 2 or 3 spots later, I pulled one up.
And so and then someone else is grabbing the camera like, whoa, on a boat, and you did a great job. You caught a fish.
I caught a fish.
I don't remember if you took it off the hook.
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I released it.
Fish number 3.
That's And so I think I'm at my limit. I don't need to catch another fish.
And in my mind, I was thinking, like, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna have, because I've never really fished with a professional either. Just so in my mind, it was thinking this is gonna be like biblical.
Like you're gonna learn things that you've never even. Yeah.
And I did. I learned a lot, but I also learned that fishing is a sport, and that's why they call it a sport. Like there's no guarantees.
Right. And you fished all sorts of fishing for your entire life, and you love it. But what percentage of the time would you say? Because it's like baseball, right? You hit 300, you're going to the Hall of Fame. Well, hopefully, but like
I don't know anything about baseball.
But so you catch a fish 30% of the time, you're doing really, really, really well.
30% of the time, like 30% of the cast. Yeah, you're doing
really well.
That's unbelievable.
But how often do you head out, leave your house, dog in tow, all that stuff, and come back with absolutely nothing?
A lot. To me, a lot. But I also know that based on a lot of the people's Instagrams that I follow, that my results aren't typical.
Right.
No, okay. But it's because of the way that I fish. I love, and sometimes there's magical moments where you're just in them. There's a stream of like smallmouth bass, catch them every cast, super fun.
Right.
Walleye, like you're in it. This is the moment that's magical in my mind. But those are made extremely like exceptional because of like the drought.
Right. Sure. So I wouldn't call myself a fisherman.
I wouldn't either.
Right. That would be too bold of me. But I appreciate fishing. My friends growing up, they were fishermen. My uncle growing up, fisherman. Yeah. I had a couple of uncles, fishermen. All this stuff. So I understand and I appreciate fishing.
You appreciate that they're out there doing it.
Right. Make me a fisherman. Like, tell me why. And tell me why specifically around here.
Me?
Like North Dakota.
You're asking me to tell you?
I'm asking you just why is North Dakota the area where we grew up, central North Dakota, the places to fish, the beauty you can see, make me a fishing fan or a fisherman who wants to go out on the Missouri or in Skakawea or wherever.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you what I think, because I do think about this a lot, because there's a lot of times where I'm casting at nothing. And I'm like, why?
And you know it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Why am I out here? And the reason is because, like I said, something about being outside is a unique experience. You're seeing something that's unique. You can watch the season finale of Game of Thrones or whatever along with the rest of the world
on
and
demand.
See the exact same thing as everybody else is seeing. It's great, cool, but it's not. I've never actually watched Game of Thrones. I don't know if it's great.
I did 3 episodes.
Okay, cool.
So we have that in common.
Anyway, but you could see what everyone else is seeing, and it's great. That's okay. That's cool. But going outside and experiencing something, you might have an opportunity to see something that is exceptional, that is unique. And if you can share that experience with someone else, that's really even better. So I love to just go and see what's outside. The thing about North Dakota, and it's like everybody kind of has to, like around here, it's not known for being a tourist kind of spot. It's got innate beauty. And I think you do have to like pursue it, which I think is almost more beautiful. But I love going out there with friends and fishing. And it's not about the number of fish you catch. I don't remember, like like I said, there's moments where you're in it and you're just catching fish, and it's super memorable because you're giggling with your friends, you know, how fun this is. But the other things that I remember are being out like Lake Sakakawea, big reservoir north of here on the Missouri River. It's just beautiful bays to explore and beautiful sunsets. And it's just like you're sharing the day and this experience in this environment with loved ones. Like that's what it's about.
I met my wife on Lake Sakakawea, right around the corner from Government Bay.
That's unbelievable because I don't think there are girls out there.
We got engaged overlooking right by the dam, by Riverdale. I understand the beauty of the lake. And so just add fishing to that.
So high school Brian, it's like, there's no girls out there, Brian.
Why is your mom and dad are telling you need to stop waiting for Ariel the mermaid to show up?
There's a story about two mermaids at Lake Sakakawea. Misty Mermaid, there's a statue there about her. So there's two mermaids, a merman and a mermaid.
Okay.
Masculine, feminine version.
Sure. I'm familiar.
You following me? And they lived in the Missouri River, in the upper reaches of the Missouri River, like, you know, like other mermen and women.
Right.
And
freshwater mermaids.
And
mermaids.
And they built the dam, the Garrison Dam, in 19something. And the merman was downstream, and the mermaid, presumably hunting. And the mermaid was caught up in the reservoir. And ever since, they've desperately tried to find each other again, but they're separated
by the dam,
which is a heartbreaking story. But it's also the true story of all these pallid sturgeon and natural fish in that reservoir who also had loved ones and were separated. But anyway, that's the story of the mermaid and merman. And I thought, I'm starting a coffee company. And I don't want it to be like, what's the emblem? What's the thing? And I thought, there's this lore, this local lore about this mermaid.
Oh God!
Like, how perfect would it be to have a coffee company in North Dakota, and its emblem be a mermaid?
Right, like a green
Misty
one?
the mermaid. And I actually thought about it for a few more minutes than you did. Like, it's so perfect. It's so perfect. What else? It's everyone else has a buffalo for stuff. Everyone else has a mermaid.
No people aren't putting that together with North Dakota.
No coffee company would put a mermaid as. And then I thought, oh, in fact, the coffee shop. Yeah. So that's how far I went down that rabbit hole. But anyway, does that answer your question? Why you would fish and why you would be a fisherman?
Yeah, finding love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in some sense that's it. And you just, every time you go out, you have a story, whatever that story is. You know, I've got a fishing buddy and he caught an 11-pound rainbow trout. When you have an 11-pound, and to give you an idea, a normal trout like this, normal, people are happy about this. A 11-pound with a wampum belly. You think you have the world record on the line. Nothing gets your heart going like having the world record fish on the line. And you really like, this has got to be. This is unquestionably so. And then you pull that in, and we had to jump in to get it, grab it like this, and then the hook got me in the finger. And then I ripped it out like scared, you know, and it ripped out, and it was like the hook through my finger, but we landed the fish. And it's like, what a cool story. That's just one story. You know, it turned out he was far from the world record.
Hey,
far.
As long
from
as
the
it's world record in your head while you're pulling it in, that's all that matters.
It always could be.
Yeah.
But that gets your heart kind of out of your chest.
Well, I even think about when you and I went up just to film, and you hopped in the water. You wanted to go spearfishing, so I was filming through a GoPro. You got some really good shots underwater of what it is like up by the tail race.
Yeah, holding a GoPro like
holding
this
a
with my
GoPro
hand.
and still having a really good aim with the spear. I was impressed. But you pulled out some of the bigger walleye that you had caught recently, and then we took them back and we cooked them. And that, to me, I got a fishing buddy who went and caught speared. How do you refer to it?
Yeah, speared. Yeah.
Shot. Speared a couple of sizable walleye, and then we cooked them. That was a great story for me.
Yeah.
So I understand the fishing.
Yeah.
But then you have days like on the boat fishing in the hot, hot sun.
Yeah.
And then you catch nothing. Still a great story, just a different story.
And the story for me was this is hilarious because we planned this to the hilt. What are we going to do with video footage of us like doing all the prep for a video and we're not catching anything? And again, well, this the thing is like, are we going to make Peter look bad if we use this?
No.
And I don't think so, because Peter is a professional through and through, and you can watch his YouTube videos that vouch for him. Like you get a guide out on the water. It doesn't guarantee you're gonna get fish. Like period. You're gonna learn some stuff, and hopefully you get in some fish. This time, we didn't.
Right.
Sometimes it turns on, sometimes it turns off. That's the thing. But we did have some fun.
Oh, it was a great time.
Today we're here with an expert fisherman, Peter Olson, and we are going to catch a fish.
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna go out and hopefully catch some smallmouth bass here on Lake Audubon.
Smallmouth bass.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is a phenomenal lake, and it's a beautiful day, so it should be pretty easy to do.
Super simple. Super simple. Now all we gotta do is catch a fish. No problem.
After the spawn happens, these fish, because weeds are one of the few structures in the lake, these fish will relate to weeds. So any bait you put in the water, especially with these weeds you're seeing,
Yeah.
you could catch a big walleye, big smallmouth, or a really big muskie.
I was gonna use this one, but I can't get it out. So, that's okay. That is a sign that I need to clean my tackle box. This one though.
Oh, an original Rapala. Or is that a husky jerk?
This?
Is that a husky or a Rapala?
It's an F11.
Husky jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a husky jerk.
Yep. That is a very good one. So that color though, that's a very good color.
You're a husky jerk. This is the part of fishing when spirits kind of morale gets low. You know, like you feel like it's been a long time since anyone's caught a fish.
Dead times.
Kind of, yeah, you're kind of stranded out here. You got no gas. No gas left in the proverbial tank. Also could have handled breakfast on the way here, but we were late, we were in a rush.
Come on, fishy.
Nolan, you got any questions about what I'm doing here? The non-pro? Let me answer any questions you may have. Nolan, do you wanna try?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
And you don't have a fishing license.
Yeah,
Let that be a lesson. If Nolan fished, I would hope Game and Fish would be right here to make an example of him. All right, well, the bite has been somewhat slow, wouldn't you say, Peter?
Yeah, it's been pretty off today.
Pretty off today. That happens in fishing, but our camera guy, Nolan, has been sitting watching us forever. and has had enough of it. And so he sat on his phone and bought a fishing license today. How many times have you fished in the last year?
Year? 0.
5 years.
Once.
All right. Okay, a little beginner's luck is all we need. We don't have all day, so we're gonna start putting some fish in the boat.
There's a spot we're gonna go to, like the one I was saying, it's a new spot I haven't fished yet at all this year.
Okay.
But in the past, this time of year, we've caught a lot of fish there.
Sounds good.
What, first fish 5 years?
We got to explore a lake I've not really been on. I'm excited. This is a great way to spend a day, and we could not have asked for better weather. So thank you very much for being a great guide. I'm excited.
Awesome. We'll have to get out here again when the fish are going good.
I'm in. So it was fun. Like, I had a great time out there, and it's beautiful. And here's the thing, Nolan. It's not about the number of fish you catch. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna go out there as a non-fisherman, you're like, I'm gonna take my kids out to fish, whatever. Don't go there thinking you're gonna get the
limit.
Mm-hmm. Or the next world record. Likely won't happen. Could always. That's what keeps you going. But it's just about going out there and having fun with people you like.
So if I'm first day on a boat, on a shore, on a whatever, I go online, I buy my fishing license from my mobile phone. Where am I going? Just
like around
give
here?
me 3 spots. I know fishermen don't want to give specific spots, but where am I going? There's Sakakawea, there's the Knife River, there's the Heart River, there's the Missouri.
Yeah, okay.
Where am I going?
This is what you do. I would do worm and hook, like a little jig and a worm. So like go to Landers, go to Shields, get your stuff, Dakota Tackle, and they'll help you. But like, I want to fish with a worm, whatever, and you'll get the live bait. And then I would go up to a prairie pothole, like a North Dakota prairie pothole, talking like the Audubon chain of lakes. What's it called? What's the Robin Hood's friend?
Little John?
New John's Lake. That's how I have to get there. New John's Lake. New John's. Yeah, go to New John's. And so all these chains of lakes, they're actually connected by like a channel and stuff. And go where there's some weeds and like structure, and go for perch. Like you could get perch all day long, and kids love to get perch. Like, that's fun. But just catching something is fun. You get a feel for it. Sometimes you'll get something bigger. That's how you do it. You just go there, pick a spot, and go there. Any state park around here that's near water, they have like fishing access. That's cool. You don't need a boat. You just need to go to a place that has some structure and just cast. Bobber's great. You could reel back, cast and reel back slow. Just so you don't like snag a bunch of stuff. You'll get a feel for it. But that's where I would go, is like a North Dakota prairie pothole or a state park, and figure it out that way.
Great. Mm-hmm. You might make a fisherman out of me at some point.
I think everyone does love to fish. It's just a matter of like, you kind of need a good experience. And if you're falling in the river, if you are like getting eaten alive and that kind of thing, it's not as fun. I'll admit it. It's type 2 fun.
Yeah, I think magnet fishing, I don't even know if we can put that in the same category as boat fishing.
Yeah, it's a little different. But again, I think it's the same thing. Magnet fishing is about going out there and like just exploring.
Magnet fishing might be one of the more underrated adventures we've done.
Yeah. I haven't done it since, but I have some ideas. I think a really great idea is like a goal, a catch and cook. I'm going to catch a fish and I'm going to cook the fish. You're going to learn a lot, and you can find it all on YouTube, like how to fillet a fish or whatever, but go there with a goal, catch the fish, and then fillet the fish. And that's your goal for the weekend. But you have to go anywhere whatever body of water it is, but make the selection. You could start at a body of water and decide that's not it, go somewhere else. That weekend, you have an adventure. Now, you don't have to be inventive anymore. Like this is the thing. This is the my adventure for the weekend. You got a goal.
Right.
Do it.
I'm going to have the smallest fillets of walleye.
And that's okay, too.
And I consider myself a good cook.
Yeah.
I do well with a knife.
Yeah.
And if we're talking, prepping food and things like that, I'm sure I could fillet a fish. I'm not going to do it well the first time.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go for that adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. As you get better, your fillets will get nicer. You'll start caring more about that stuff because that's important, but you have to start somewhere. And then when you do, anybody, when you do, send the pictures to us.
Right.
Let us know. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brian Jackson with Mighty Missouri Coffee. With me is Nolan Johnson with Quantum Digital. So if you like how this sounds and looks, thanks to Quantum Digital, if you like the way that this smells and tastes, that's thanks to Mighty Missouri Coffee. Coffee to your door, mightymissouri.com.